Okay, welcome back to Force. My name is Moka Promise Ekele Chupu, and here with me I have a very wonderful guest.
Okay, I'm Blessing Olotu, founder Care for the Children and Prisoners Initiative.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma.
You're welcome.
So, can you tell us a little more about your NGO?
All right. Looking at the society today, we actually discovered that a lot of things have gone wrong in this generation. So we actually decided how to found this NGO in order to bridge the gap. So what we basically do is redirecting the minds of young individuals from crime to purpose so that they can become useful to themselves, society, and the world at large.
Okay, please, Ma, can you tell us the location of your NGO? Where it's located?
Okay, presently we are in Benin.
Okay.
Yes.
So, looking at the society today, what do you think is wrong with the way parents are raising their children?
The truth is, in this generation, we have a lot of, the truth is we have different kinds of parenting styles. We have the authoritarian, authoritative, uninvolving parents, and so on. So these days, I think we have a lot of uninvolving parents. What do I mean by that? There are some parents that don't really care about what their children are into. They don't really care to know how they don't really know how their children are doing academically. They don't know the kind of friends their children keep. They don't even know the kind of, the social media handles they follow. They are not aware of these things at all. So I think, that is actually the problem we're having. And there are some parents that they expect this. They actually want to take care of their children, but the reverse is now the case. The parents expect the children to take care of them.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So many uninvolving parents. And another problem is parents these days, we have babies, baby mothers. Yes, baby mamas. I think that word is really the right word. You see, people that are not up to that marriageable age, they are already babying babies. That's the truth. There was a time I saw a little child. I'm not against early marriage. No, I'm not. I love people that marry early. Okay. Early to bed, early to rise. Provided you are matured enough before you get married. You understand how to take care of and manage your home. You understand? So I saw a girl, a very young girl of about, let's say 18. She was backing a child and the child was just crying. I told her, I was like, come, have you changed this? I think it was towards evening. Have you changed this child's cloth since morning? She was like, she didn't even know. But these were the things our mothers taught us. When a child is crying, this is what you do. So somebody that has failed to understand how the child is feeling, is it that kind of mother that will be able to understand the need of the child? Of course not. So, and this has really, really affected, our children in this generation, the youth in this generation. And another one is we have a lot of authoritarian parents. Yes.
Parents, yes.
Yes, authoritarian. You have authoritarian, we have authoritative. You understand? So these ones, they are just too harsh. We remember the story of, I'm going to give you a story. I used to have a friend those days. Her younger sister got pregnant and, the mother was always shouting at her, we'll see your mates, see, you don't carry belly up on top where they tell you not one here. So the words were just too much for this child. One day she locked up herself. She committed suicide. This was years ago, over 20 years ago. So I'll never forget that. So mothers will no longer give their children hope. Some, they don't even know how their children feel. And when the child is not happy, the truth is the child will definitely go and seek solace elsewhere. The child might find himself in the bosom of a wrong peer. You understand? Because when you are not happy, you need to stay happy. It's just for you to go and meet your peer mates. You understand?
Yeah.
You talk to them.
I actually feel like children of these days, they're actually very scared to talk to their parents.
Yes.
So they tend to turn to their friends.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
And they tend to want to talk to their friend and find solace in those friends.
Yes, exactly. So you see them at the end of the day, they might be like, if they meet the wrong person will say, come, chill, just take this solution, you'll be fine. Before you know it, the child becomes, begin to abuse drugs. So that's how it starts. So as a parent, I think this generation, most parents don't really know how their children feel. You understand? So that they're just too harsh. Instead of them to call their children. I relate with a lot of children. There was something a child did in my church. So they called me because whenever things like that happen, because they know I don't know, God just gave me the grace on how to, talk to them, handle them, you understand? And he told the mom, he said, Mommy, I'll not do this thing. And I called him, I said, come, did you do this thing? He agreed. He said he did it. But I didn't tell the mom he actually did it. So I had to counsel him. I said, next time, don't do it. Why didn't he tell his mother?
I was scared.
I was scared. And I think that was the same thing that happened to Favor. You understand? I think she was scared of her mom. Maybe there's something that is not really, we do not really understand. That has not really come to our knowledge for now. Maybe with time it will unveil. I think maybe she was scared. If my mom gets to know, she will kill me. She will kill me. I'm not saying, but I'm only assuming. You understand? And she committed suicide. Fear. How do I relate this to my mom? If I tell her, she go just kill me. So parents should learn to tolerate their children. A child is always a child.
And to listen to their
You
children.
understand? I handle a lot of children in church. The truth is, I don't flog. The first time I entered the church, they gave me a cane and said, this is for your class. I looked at them, I laughed. I took the cane, I kept it on the wardrobe. And my children, the children in that class, were the most well-behaved children. I didn't flog them, but they were just behaved. They were just well-behaved. That's why they say foolishness is in the heart. A child is always a child, but the rod of correction, most parents do not choose the rod wisely. They use the wrong rod at every point in time. But when you apply the right rod, you discover that your child will be well behaved. So I think these are the problems we have, And you see, most parents are scared of telling their children the truth. There's a saying in my place, my mom will tell you, if you plant an okra, and the okra is higher than you will still bend it. So who are you? But these days I see parents, they are scared of their children. They can't talk to them. Do you understand? And that is where a lot of things are going wrong. A lot of things have gone wrong, honestly.
So do you think children of these days were raised differently from your time?
Yes, differently. That was the example I cited, differently. These days, every mother wants to support what the child wants to do. Those days, our parents led us, but these days, children are leading parents. You understand? The reverse is now the case. They are not leading their parents. Mommy, this is what I want. I'm eating this today. Oh, my daughter, precious queen. You've not seen a child before. Your own child now, Jesus now, Abi. Do you understand? Okay, is it chicken you want? Shawarma, you go. I'm not saying those things are bad. Do you understand? But once in a while. But not a child dictating for you. You are the mother. They have, God has brought those children under your care. So you are supposed to guide them right. So most mothers, I think is really different. Like I said, my mom buying me a pair of slippers and I told her I don't like it. She took the slippers and went to hide it until I had to beg her, Mommy, where's the slippers now, please? I like it. And she brought it out and I started using it. So those are ways to train a child. There's a saying in my place that tears not the key picking. I'm not saying you should really maltreat a child, yes, but there are ways you discipline a child. The child might cry, yes, but the child is learning something. So, but this Western world, don't beat a child. And at the end of the day, the society is in a mess today. You understand? You shouldn't beat anyway, you understand? But there's a way you talk to your child, the child will reason with you. So that's it. Those days, parents used to also reason with their children. But these days, parents don't have the time. TikTok. And it's also even affecting a lot of marriages. There was a girl I used to know, sorry I'm, deviating a little bit, but I think this is very key.
Yeah.
The husband will come from work. The moment they used to have a house girl then, and what she does is to pick her phone and start chatting. Whether the man is around or not is none of her business. She'll just pick her phone and the man will beat her up. Do you understand? These are little, things. At the end of the day, the man almost killed her. Do you understand? Though they are still together. And another thing is that those days when you wake up, you must sweep. But these days, Ahmed, did you sweep this morning? Answer me now. Did you sweep?
Yes.
Okay. So those days, our parents will tell you every day you must sweep. So I know this one that I'm saying, people will like, what it concern sweep, concern the future of a child, but it's very key. It's very, very key. Children no longer sweep. The first thing, once they wake up in the morning, they pick their phone. They don't wash plate anymore. The mother will even go and wash the plate for them. It's an error. The mother will cook for this child, a grown-up child. It's an error. Those days, our time, it wasn't like that. House choice was very, they really trained us in that way. That house choice, you make it very, very important. When I was working, I had an opportunity to interview someone. So I was managing the branch then and they called for an interview. We invited some people. So I was like, this girl is definitely going to, after interviewing them, so my regional boss came. So he now came to conduct the final interview. There was something I learned from that interview. He asked them, he said, what do you do when you wake up in the morning? And the girl said, the first thing I do is to say my prayers, make my bed, sweep the house. And he said, she has the job. She got the job. I went to meet him. I was like, why? He said, she is well trained. And somebody that is well trained at home will definitely do well. When it comes to in the office, yes, she will definitely do well. So all these things are very important. So a lot of parents have failed in this area. And that is why the society is in a mess today.
Okay. So, do you think children not being able to speak to their parents in the case of abuse is the fault of the children or the parents?
It's the fault of the parents.
Okay.
That is where when you have a very harsh parent, the parent that tells you, you must sit here. If you don't sit here, you are in trouble. And every child wants to explore. The best thing you tell a child is, go out and be safe. You will meet these kind of things out there, but be careful. Allow the child. Pray for the child. Do you understand? The child will not get into trouble. But when you are a very harsh parent, especially the mothers, fathers are a bit cool, but some mothers, oh my God. And you tell a child, don't do this, and the child goes ahead and, gets him or herself involved in such acts. By the time he remembers the mother, Mama go kill me. That's what comes to their mind first. Because I interview a lot of teenagers. Mama go just kill. She go finish me. So they don't go to talk. They prefer to talk to someone else. Do you understand? So it's as a result of, it's the mother's fault, not the child's fault at all. Because if you are a mother that has this warm reception, you care about your child can tell you anything, because she knows that if I tell my mom go give me hope, she go advise me, she go encourage me, she not go kill me, then she will come to you. But if she knows that you will kill her, you will crucify her on the cross, she won't come. That's the truth. And she might make the wrong person that might say, maybe she's pregnant, take these drugs, don't worry, within 2 minutes the belle don't flush out, and before you know it, she lands in the other world. So that's it. It's the fault of the mother, the parents.
So what keeps you motivated when things seem slow or you are not meeting with your purpose?
Yes, I would say I always meet with my purpose, because that is my drive. You understand? The truth is, sometimes, like this NGO, sometimes things seem to be slow. But what keeps me going is my vision, where I'm going to. Do you understand? I focus on where I'm going. And I focus on my cause. What is the aim of this NGO? To transform lives, to redirect the minds of young individuals from crime to purpose. So that is my focus. So, and what keeps me going is this. Most times when we organize programs, I get messages from a lot of youths and they tell me, Ma, thank you very much. I am blessed. When are you organizing another one? And I see them change. I see lives transformed, honestly speaking. Because we go to prisons a lot. We talk to especially the young ones, the Children's Correctional Center, and I see changes in their lives. So once I come, you see them, mommy, you understand? Because you call somebody mommy when the person is impacting your lives. Not in all cases anyway, but I'm just saying because you know that somebody is coming to give them hope. So the truth is I see lives transformed. So that is what really keeps me going, because the truth is, if you are trying to do something and you're not seeing results, you can never stay motivated. So that is my passion, and that passion is really giving me the results I want. There was a young boy I met, and he blessed God for coming in contact with me. There was something I was talking to him about. Let's do this at a particular time, and he didn't meet up. I sat him down. I said, this is this. We need to change the mindset of African time. And he was able to reason with me. And today he's a changed person. He now sees time to be a precious thing. You understand? So I just see lives transformed. Some of them that have been into drugs before, they no longer take drugs. I draw them close. I make them my own children. So today their lives have been transformed. Not all. I won't say all, because the truth is, when it comes to crime, you cannot eliminate crime totally, but you can reduce it to the barest minimum. So we've been able to achieve that, and I think that is what is really, that keeps me motivated.
Okay, thank you for joining us today on Agroforce.
Right.
And we hope that today's discussion has been able to remind you that training children the right way brings a better society. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you.